And that's why we've called the session Removing My Unloving Self. Because to create your loving self requires two things. Removing your unloving self and then engaging your real self to develop it to become loving. And we haven't covered the second part of it yet because that's the 2 days that follow this session. So the answer to your question is quite simply no, that particular part of the question. Working through each layer from denial to real pain does not increase my will to act lovingly from the soul, but it does decrease my will to act unlovingly, which is its purpose.
Could I just ask, does that mean that my will to act unlovingly is decreased at the denial stage, at the addiction stage? It's going to be decreasing it all the way down.
Yes. So once you're even just out of denial and starting to see your facade, automatically your will to act unlovingly is already decreasing. Does that make sense? So God sees these as positive actions you are taking to remove from yourself the parts of you that are unloving. And God will assist that process right from denial onwards. God will assist that process because that's the direction God wants you to take, to do that. So yes, it's going to, but it's not going to improve your will to love. It's just going to improve your will to be unloving. In other words, you're going to have a decrease of your will to be unloving, while at the same time not yet necessarily increasing your will to be loving. So that's an act, that's another process, an engagement of another few things you're going to need to do there. Does that make sense? Yep. The second part of your question you've asked, when an action is necessary before my will is automatically loving, is there a way to have to choose actions before I've changed? Now, the first thing is there's a false premise in your question. It's not possible for you to be automatically loving. Do you understand? Being automatically loving is the result of you already taking loving steps to develop your loving self. So in other words, God will do some things for you, but you have to do some things for you. And we'll learn that in the next 2 sessions, or the next session that we have. What is it that God's already done for us? And what is it that I have to do in order to automatically become loving automatically? Now, once you become loving and you're at one with God, then it's automatic, but not before then. Does that make sense? So that's the first.